What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Twin Speak back to you with another video. I know you guys never see me inside anywhere. I'm inside. Um, the topic for today is the power of the tongue. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little out of it. The topic of the day is the power of the tongue. It was raining outside today. It was storming. I couldn't really get out there, but power of the tongue, power of the tongue, power of the tongue is such an interesting topic because it's what you wilt, right? It's that power that you have while you're on this planet. You can speak things with full belief and faith, and they will end up happening. That's just what it is. That's just how it goes, right? Therefore, like, if you was to speak good, good is gonna come. If you was to speak bad, bad is gonna come. If you stay in your head about things, then things are going to be confusing. If you're clear-headed about things, then you're gonna smooth sail. It's one of those give and takes. It's the yin and yang. It's what makes us us, right? So if you're seeing this, it's meant for you, right? If you're seeing this video, it's meant for you. And if you're this far, then you should listen to the message, because you're one of those people right now where you're in a space where you don't know where you're at, right? The power of the tongue is to, steer you, right? You ever wanted to steer, right? You can't control the speed that it's going, but you can steer the ship, right? That's the best way to put it. If I say something out loud and I believe it, I'm throwing it in my atmosphere. And if nothing can stop my belief, it will live. Most times that's why they tell you, if you're building something, don't go to people, don't talk to people. Because if you're talking to people and you're building something, you're going to end up getting affected by people. You don't want people to affect whatever it is that you're building. If you're building something big, you don't want people to be like, oh, well, it's small or whatever. And now you are believing that, because anything that they put their mouth on, and it has some type of belief because they believe that. And now if you believe it, it becomes true. And that's why it's important. The power of the tongue is real. Now, if you believe anything can happen. Yes, that's true. If I was to truly believe I could fly, I could fly. That's just how it goes, right? I know it sounds crazy, but it's true, right? There was this lady, she took what was it? She did 16 hours to move something. And it took her 16 hours, but she moved it with her mind, right? Anything's possible with your mind. You just gotta stay focused and really hone in to what it is that you do, right? But believe in it. Use that power of your tongue. Yeah. So also, we're going to get into balancing yourself. Okay. You're going to know if you're in balance, right? What you want to do is you want to hold your energy. Things that can make you imbalanced is the way you eat, sex, and your mindset. Those things could physically, mentally, and spiritually imbalance you. What we're trying to do, what our goal is to do, is to find completion in our balance. You want to be emotionally stable, physically stable, and mentally stable, right? You want those things to be, in balance. In balance, not imbalance, but in balance, because when those things are balanced, you will see results. Like, stability comes with physical and mental stability, right? Spiritual stability is what brings in whatever it is that you're wanting. If you want something bigger than what you are, that is when, if you were spiritually balanced, you will be able to will that power that may be. That's why power of tongue is true and it's real, because whatever you speak that you believe and you have faith in, it will happen. Stay focused, right? Stay focused, y'all. Make sure that you put all of your efforts into what it is that you say and speak, and whatever you think is the truth, whatever is your truth. Make sure that you speak it and you believe it and you have faith in it, because without faith, it's nothing. It's just a broken building with no sticks, no nothing. It's no foundation. It's just rubble, a rubbish sitting on the ground, right? So don't worry about it if you don't believe it. But if you believe it, you're one of them ones that believe it. Hey, there's things that I spoke on my life and I believed it, and I'm gonna get to it same way you can. So don't sit here and say, why me, why me, why me? It's because you believe it. You don't deserve it, right? So make sure that you use the power of your tongue, right? And also balance yourself, right? Recently I was talking to somebody and they were talking about family cycles. So it might be a time, guys, for you guys to focus on fixing family dynamics or fixing family cycles. So how it could go is, if you have a cycle where it's karmic, it's time to clear that out. And if it's a divine, it's time to fix it up, right? I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but just know a lot of changes, unexpected changes are happening. A lot of this, a lot of that is happening. So make sure you guys are mindful of what it is that you do in this moment. You may have to walk away from something. You may have to build up something up, but it's definitely one of those choices because we're in that type of movement. So make sure you guys are mindful of what it is that you need to do. So boom. Also, right, with the power of the tongue, right? Speaking, you also need to write it down. Write down what it is. Write down what it is. I'm sorry, y'all. But write down what it is that you need to do, right? And also speak it and believe it, right? And then before you go to sleep, almost narrate what it is that's going to happen the next day. It's going to be like a little cheat code. You're going to start to see things change. You're going to be like, whoa, they're changing for the better. I'm really controlling what it is that I do. Whoa, like this is really amazing what's happening. Like, this is crazy that I can do this. Yes, you have all abilities to do that. You just have to believe in yourself, right? And some people, you may not have enough spiritual strength to will what it is that you want, but that's why you need to be balanced, right? That's why balance is important. Balance is very important because it helps you dictate what it is that you can do moving forward, right? A man who seeks pleasure has no purpose, and that's just, and the same with a woman. That's just what it is. So if you are looking for all the things, all the imbalances, or you're chasing all the imbalances, you'll never get to what it is that you're supposed to do, right? Because that's all we're trying to do. And whatever you're supposed to do, you're going to do it. You're going to end up doing it. Like, you're going to fall into the niche or fall into it. Don't sit there and say, I don't know what to do, because you do. You don't know where to start. And that's just the truth. And the thing about starting is it's a beautiful process, right? You have to change in order to start, and then you have to start in order to change again, right? It's like a renewal process. And that's why in my last video, I talked about change and renewal, right? But I will go viral and I will be successful, and I've done it before. And so therefore, right there, I've put it there, and now you see it and you hear it and I hear it, but I believe it. So it will happen. And it's the same way. If you speak something, some people say, oh, well, that's crazy. How you going to do that? If you keep speaking it and believing it every day, you're going to get to a point where you actually are doing something to get towards it. And you're going to find yourself like, what? Whoa, like, I'm really getting towards this. And that is what's important. That's what's important. That's what makes sense. What makes sense is that it don't make sense, but it makes enough sense, right? That's why the power of the tongue is important, because it makes things that don't make sense make sense. Like, that's so far from me. That goal is so far, but so close, because I believe, right? Because belief is half the race. Then doing is the other half. And then seeing yourself do it after believing in yourself and no one else did is gonna be so rewarding, because now you get to pop out and everybody's looking at you like, what? How did you do it? And you're like, no. Don't ask me how I did it. Ask me what I did to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not ask me how. Ask me what I went through to get here. You know, it's not how you did it. It's what you did in order to get in a space to do it, right? It's a whole process, right? And not everybody's willing to do it. Most people are lazy, so they don't want to do the work. Most people are avoidant, and I am too. So, but I've healed my traumas, right? And so for people, I always wonder if you can't do it mentally and spiritually, how do you think you're going to be able to do it physically? You have to get these things in line, in balance, in a balance, so that you can achieve what it is you're supposed to achieve. So I'm going to end this off by saying you guys can unlock your full potential. You just have to believe. I love y'all. Live.